hero, Dale Brown, served for decades in the Covington Fire Department. Tonight, the people he served with are celebrating his life.
Brown's funeral was today, and then afterward, the department held a procession to his final resting place. Chopper 9 flew over that procession. Brown was diagnosed with melanoma in 2016. And the city of Covington says his cancer was job-related. 9 on your side's Paulo Suro explains why and how firefighters are keeping his memory alive.
Well, Dale Brown worked for the Covington Fire Department for 25 years. His fellow brothers describe him as a humble man who absolutely loved being a firefighter and giving back to his community.
The bell that hangs on that truck, every time it's rang, it'll make me think of Dale.
This was one of the first trucks Dale Brown rode on as he responded to a fire decades ago, together during his first days as a firefighter, and here as the community says goodbye and thank you.
He was very good at what he did, and he didn't have to tell anybody. Everybody just knew that Dale was good.
Now Covington Fire Lieutenant Jimmy Adams owns the truck that carries Brown's special memento.
Very strong in what he did. Had a lot of pride in being in the rescue.
Brown spent 25 years with the Covington Fire Department, where his dad was once chief, where his brothers also once worked, and where his nephews currently are. He retired in 2011.
He really loved the fire department.
From fighting fires to fighting cancer, Brown was diagnosed with melanoma in 2016 and entered hospice care this past November, where he started to make some final wishes.
Very hard conversation to have. Probably one of the toughest things I've ever done. Today, we want his family to understand what he meant to the community and what he meant to the fire service and what he meant to the Covington Fire Department.
Lieutenant Adams says his cancer is considered job-related after legislation that was passed in Kentucky in 2016. The legislation lists close to a dozen different cancers that can be considered job-related if certain criteria are met. Criteria which, according to Adams, Brown met all of them.
You wear all the gear, your pores open up, trying to cool off, you absorb a lot of stuff in your body.
That's why his passing is being viewed at the state level as a line-of-duty death.
I've gone to around 40 line-of-duty deaths in my career across the country. It's the first one on my home ground, and I'm fine with that being the only one.
Brown leaves a loving wife behind and his extensive fire family, a family who will remember him through memories and through the bell that sits on this truck.
He was kind of like a MacGyver. You give him a peanut shell and a paper clip and he can make a helicopter out of it. I mean, he was just one of those guys that he could make everything better, and he was a good guy.
Paulo Suro, 9 on your side.